Since the time English become more fluent to you, become something easier for you to understand.
Yes.
Because-
And I normally complain and talk in English to myself in the mirror. And I find that weird.
Before that,
I think it's kind of investment that my mom made by having Indovision at my home.
junior school. So junior school first class junior school is the first time I learned English language. I pretty much hate this language. It's little bit like chemistry, like physics, something like that.
Yeah.
Welcome to 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗘𝗚, everyone. Today we're going to repeat another instant story, episode 9. But today we have a little bit surprise because we have our new guests.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Would you mind introduce yourself to our new audience?
All right, so my name is Melly, and I'm new here from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just I'm going to join Kanal SMA.
Okay, what I do now? What are you doing now?
Now, okay, so now I'm a student in Telkom University, and I'm taking communication science.
That means you use English a lot too in your your study.
Yeah, a little bit, but not for all lesson, but some of it.
Okay. Yesterday we have like make the skeletons of our story. Yesterday we have chosen like 10 keyword, 10 fact. Yeah, that we're going to use to answer or to explain to you guys the 10 facts you have to collect it. Today we are going to talk 10 fun facts of benefit learning English together.
All right.
We already knew. We are both already familiar with English long time, right?
Yes.
And then we can share a little bit of story that hopefully can give you a little bit insight if you are now just starting out learning English language.
Yes.
And hopefully you can add another fun facts according to your own perspective later in the future after you listening to this little bit inspiration from us. I think you can give your own suggestion in comment area if you want.
Yes.
And if you disagree with us, you can also express your disagreement on the comment area too.
Okay. Hopefully you can relate to our stories.
Yeah. Hopefully you can have having fun too with us in this show. In this first round, we're going to discuss 2 facts about 2 facts from 10 facts that we are going to explain to everyone. So fact number 1 is talk to foreigner, and fact number 2, benefit of learning English, is we become more confident. And for the first round of this show, our guest star here will present her story, combining the word talk foreigner and using keyword trigger home. So her job is to combine keyword home and
talk to foreigner.
Okay, I'll give you the airtime.
Okay, this is way too quick.
Yes.
But I'm trying my best to share the best stories I can.
Okay.
Okay, talk to foreigner and home. Okay, so when I was younger, I used to go play and with my parents to another country because my hometown is in Batam, and we are very close to Singapore. And I think because I often to go there, I was like, oh, there are too many foreigners out there. And then, but I don't have the courage to talk in English naturally. Sometimes I just I just let my cousin do the English, and I'm just going to silent, and I'm not talking to anyone. And yeah, when I was a kid also, I don't really know well how to speak in English. Like, I don't know how, even for a simple English like positive, negative, and interrogative. Like, there's a lesson in my school, like I am a housewife. I am not a housewife. Am I a housewife? Even for that lesson, I don't understand.
You struggle to get.
I struggle. Yeah, I didn't really like learning English back then.
If you like mathematics too, and at that time.
Not really.
How
I
young?
like sports.
How young you were at that time when English?
I think I'm on the third
give you difficulty
grade.
Oh.
Third or fourth grade. Yeah. So I didn't study much that time. And then because I often to go to Singapore because it's very near. I think that I need to improve my English skills because somehow I see that I think we need this. I think I need to learn English because we have to communicate, right? Yeah. So when I was at my home at that time, my mother often to teach me how to vocabulary. So in my home, actually my mom is English bachelor.
Okay.
She's an English bachelor, and she often to teach me about like 5 vocabulary a day, and then and the next day you have to remember that, and then you'll add to 10 more vocabularies. So yeah, in my home we learn that, and because I have that kind of learning from my mom,
practice
I think
every day,
practice. I think I became more, improving myself more because I have that basic. And then I because I wanted also to talk to a foreigner, and that's why I started to listening to English music or listening try to understand the lyrics and watching movies also and many more.
Since when it become something part of your leisure time?
Sorry?
Since when learning English become something that makes you feel happy, make you feel good?
Okay, since I was in enter college in my very first semester.
That means you keep still struggle learning English since you were elementary, senior, junior school.
Yeah, I do have struggle for learning English back then, but I start to want to learn English is at my senior high school, and then I start enjoy English is at my first semester in my college.
Since the time English become more fluent to you, become something easier for you to understand.
Yes. And I normally complain and talk in English to myself in the mirror, and I find that weird.
Before that, it is something just something that you learn to feel your grade in school.
Yes.
Before that.
Yeah.
So it took how many years? Like 7 years, right? From the time it not comfortable become something comfortable.
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years to become something.
In primary school, no, junior high school also. I think it's for 7 to 8 years. Not really know how to speak well in English.
Do you still remember the movie that you make that become your ground zero when you become to start falling in love with English?
Yes, so we used to have Indovision at my home. So there are channel for Disney Channel and Cartoon Network, and I started to watching cartoons with English subtitles. Actually, there are no subtitles. Yeah, so I started listening to cartoon movie. Yeah, so
you become naturally develop your instinct to understand English without subtitles.
Yes.
Become natural skill for you.
I think it's kind of investment that my mom made by having Indovision at my home.
So it become so eventually learning English becomes something more natural for you.
Yes.
Since then.
Yes.
Okay, that was a good story. And my story will be answering the same challenge. 10 fact benefit learning English. And it is more confidence and healings.
Yeah.
According to me, English is more like since maybe a decade after I began to falling in love with this language.
Okay, since when actually? When did you start to feel happy or?
It was like the same with you. I mean, I began to falling in love around junior school.
Oh.
Before that, because in my old time, I'm not learning English until I graduated, until I step on to my junior school. So junior school first class junior school is the first time I learn English language. I pretty much hate this language. It's little bit like chemistry, like physics, something like that.
Yeah.
And then after a few years later, it became something magic when I knew when Antv air MTV.
MTV?
Yeah. MTV in. It was Antv around 1990s. You're not born yet, I think.
No.
Yeah, and that MTV become like a good show. I mean, presenting two young hosts, hosting a music television, something like that, or music show. And then I became to fall in love with like Boyzone and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Oh, me too. I
Ah,
also like them.
yeah. From their song, I began to feel comfort in English language,
Yes.
and it becomes something natural. And I don't know why, since I knew MTV, since I more romantically consume English material from the song, from the movie and such, English lesson becomes something easy for me. So English becomes some of the best lesson that I can deal with. Any other lesson, I mean, I'm weak in any other lesson other than English since that time. And also, a few years after that, after I'm no longer learning English institutionally in school, English becomes something more, give me healing factor. Because after I graduated from senior school, I not hang out with my friend anymore. Do you have the same thing? Do you still hang out with your senior school friends?
Yeah, I do. Until now, actually.
So you're typical social guys. I mean, social club. Oh,
Not really social club, but I do have friends since we are in junior high school, and we still keep in touch until now.
Wow.
And we go to the same senior high school.
So you still remember how many friends that still stick with you?
Wow.
Since you were younger, elementary or
So I have a group of friends, like gang.
gang?
We consist of 7 people, 7 girls.
Until now, they still contact each other.
Yes.
So you know, I mean, you keep in touch with their story since how many years has it been? I mean,
It's since I'm in
is it
7th grade.
Until now?
Yeah, it's been 10 to 11 years.
Are there? I mean,
We still share stories.
is there any conflict, something like that?
Yeah,
it-
back then, but now not really because everybody's busy with their own activity, and every time we have like some free time, we go back to our hometown. And we
in
meet-
Batam.
Yeah,
Batam. Oh.
some of them taking college in Batam or have work. Yeah, but when I and the other friends that are going to out town for study, when we go back to Batam, we normally
Hang out together.
planning to go hang out together.
And update your story
Yes,
together.
we do. That's what girls do.
Like hang out in one place and then chatting for hours, something like that.
Yeah, like more than that. More than 4 hours.
What kind of story you spend? I mean,
Oh, so many.
like, is it always story from the 7 of you?
Not always, but we just have something to talk to, like anything. About their stories.
It's like a summary after like 1 year not meeting up physically.
Yeah, there are so many stories. We're
You still remember that?
Still remember what? The stories? Yeah, I do. Still remember.
Amazing, because I'm on another side of that perspective, of course.
I see.
So
how's your perspective?
of course, not of course. The only friend that I have left after I graduated from senior school is, of course, the TV. It was not internet available back then, so the TV and the papers that I have to deal with before I enter the university that I want to attend to, and of course the English language, because I tried 3 times to get accepted by university that I want to enlist, but all these 3 attempts always fail.
Wow.
So it's like 3 years I tried to go to Brawijaya, IKIP Malang, try Universitas Jember. All those 3 times fail, and it's almost and every year that after I fail in 1 year, I have to wait like a year, right? So there's no activity. I mean, I have to take like
What
different
are you doing
course.
in that transition time?
Taking different course like mechanical course, random course, just to fill my time.
That's
but of
nice.
course, this is not my passion. It makes me a little bit sad because it is not the things I want to do. Because when I use English, I feel like the other class of my society. I mean, people who usually English is like biasanya orang kaya, orang yang
Yes.
modern, something like that.
Yeah.
So me from the background of that poor society, I feel like no one knows. There is no other people like me, or I'm pessimist with something that I enjoy most. I feel like I'm not deserve this because it is something that high above my level. I feel like I'm not deserved to embrace English as my something that comfort me.
Yes.
So I feel so I hide that. I had the best
I
friend.
think English is too high.
Yes.
It's not for a person like you or a person like me.
I feel like something that commodity that I'm not deserved to enjoy.
Okay.
So I close my door and then I had to get the mirror and I had to understand whatever just make me happy, and maybe speaking with text that sometimes I find interesting English newspaper, and then I try to read it out loud and that try to understand their perspective from that text that I have on my hand.
Yes.
So from that on, I feel like English gives me like healing factor. Like when no one's around, no one comfort me when I feel alone. English is one of the God gift that gives me little boosts when I feel alone and pessimist with my future, because I feel like 10 years or so just waiting and fail, but English keep me there as a company that heal all the wound, all the pain that I receive.
English give you reason to continue your passion.
Yeah, to continue to keep fighting and survive, because no one going to fight for me, so I have to fight for myself. There's no one support, so that's only English.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, do you have any tune? I mean, when you feel down and then English come like a savior.
Yes, I do. I actually feel the same way as you do.
But you have a friend, right? You can share your pain with your friend.
I do have a friend, but I don't talk anything. I mean, I don't talk like all my problems to them, right?
And you can or you won't? You can or you...
I don't want to. So there are some stories I want to share, but when it's very personal, I normally talk to myself in English.
You not deserve. You not dare to share your personal level to your friends. What kind of block or reason that you don't want to share your personal? I mean, why you divide this one for my friend? I can share with my. This one is I cannot share with my friend. What decision that makes these two division different?
Because I actually have already talked about these stories to maybe my friends, but I don't get the reaction I want. So next time I want to share something about this again, I'm not telling them. So I keep it to myself because I know that it's not an interested things for them. So that's why.
You can feel it that
I can feel it.
The reaction is not
That's what I
happy
expected. Yes.
So
So that's why I have some stories to share and some. I think every people is like that. They have some stories to keep to themselves and stories to share.
So, on the story, I mean, for the story that you can share with others, you use English as your savior.
Yeah, and most of the times I actually often, for example, if I'm watching like debat pilpres,
yes,
and I don't really like the statement coming out from each candidate, I started to talk in English. Why do they have to explain about that? I mean, and
why they
more.
took that answer?
Yeah, like it's not related to the question. Come on. You have to give the best answer. You're a president candidate. I talk to myself like that in front of my laptops.
On the disagreement.
Yeah.
In English.
Yes.
That's pretty weird. But
I am weird.
but
and I'm happy with that.
That's a good point. I mean, sometimes we cannot share anything to everybody, right?
Yes.
So we have to find our own ways to make us happy and I want to say still on the track that we want to stay with and want to stay
Actually, people don't really interest on our problems
because they have
and
their own problem.
and our that happens in our life. So I think it's better for us to more encourage people to do what they love and make people feel love and maybe feel like we are here for them rather than here I have some problems, and we keep talking about our problems. I don't think people like that.
So we have to say independent in the terms of when we're dealing with our own problem.
Yeah, I think we only have to like 1 or 2 or 3 friends that we are really trust, and that's where we can share some personal stuff to them. But when it comes to other person, maybe friends but not really close, or have a distance from us, I think we don't have to share some kind of too private.
And we have to we must have our own strategy to deal with it.
Yes,
With
I
English,
often
with TV,
agree with that.
With anything.
Because we normally all people have expectations, big expectations to other people, to anything actually, to our friends, to our parents, to our, for example, boyfriend or girlfriend. Like why she do that? Why he don't do that? And why he keep doing this? And so we have too much expectations, and rather than having expectations, I think we have to accept people.
For whatever decisions
For what
they make.
they are. Yeah. For all the decisions, for all
the consequences she or he will take later.
Yes. I think it's quite hard to accept people. And accepting yourself, ourselves. It's hard.
It takes a long time to learn eventually.
Yeah.
But when we take responsibility for ourselves, that's a different story.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It was interesting. Round 1. We have talked more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good story.
Okay.
We're going to
20 minutes.
with 20 minutes already. We're going to return to our same question, our same fun facts with different round, with different keyword, with different fun facts we're going to share with you. Stick with us and come back with round 2. Hopefully you like what you just see.
Yes.
Like and subscribe if you deserve. If you think it is good idea, but don't subscribe and like if you think we not deserve it. Hopefully we can see you again soon, and good luck. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.